Good morning. Good morning. Give everybody some time to get in if they're going to get in. I think it's long weekend, so people might not be around, but we'll just chit chat for a little bit. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up when you pass in to the meeting, to the uh to the barbecue. Hit the thumbs up and we'll give somebody some time to get in here, get the notification. So I will just hold up for a few minutes until about 5 people get in here. So we got 2 in the house. Wait for a few more to come. And I'll drop the link now before I forget. Just chit chat for a bit. What's going on in the garden? What you guys planting for spring? Already planted? What changes you're making already based on your seedlings? I think there's another update coming up very soon, April the 5th for the Herb Garden Morning Carbon Herb Garden Challenge. There's probably not going to be much of an update for most of us because it's only been another week since the last update, or 2 weeks. So we will still put up the video because it's required, but I don't think you're going to see much. Maybe some people had redone their seeds. I know a few people had to restart. I think Cece had a windstorm and all her stuff got knocked over. A lot of people are having some problems. And I'm waiting for an Amazon. Let me check my Amazon. Put my camera on. My Amazon order. I ordered some more seed pods for the family. Oh no, they're days late. Says your parcel may be lost. We're very sorry. They want me to apply for a refund, but I checked the prices of the pods. It's a pack of 100, and this is the cheapest. So I think they're trying to get me to cancel the order, and I'm not. But if I reorder it, it's a little bit more, and it's going to get here in 1 day. Make it make sense. I'm not canceling the order. I'm leaving the order right there. I have some pods already, so I gave my sister some of my pods, and then she'll give me back when she gets it's her order actually, but I have the Prime, so um I ordered it for her because we were gonna finish starting the seeds. I'm not canceling. Good morning, Willie. So, there's almost 5 of us. I'll give you a quick update. My elbow is hurting me. I re-injured it with the tennis elbow, so I don't know what's going on. It's been 2 weeks, and yeah, it's annoying. You think an elbow is not an important part of your body, you injure it and see how difficult it is to even do anything. Hold a pen, get dressed, stir your cot, like it's just ridiculous. But it's getting better. I've been stretching it out, so we're almost there. The chickens, they're doing well. They're laying more. The sun is shining more, so I'm getting 4 eggs. I got 4 eggs for the last few days. Today I went in there to, feed them and so forth. I'm not sure. Somebody has diarrhea, so somebody's not doing too well. So I got to figure out which one it is. Oh my God. Yeah, elbows, knees, back, ankles. Oh my goodness. Really. So take care of your body. Um, the inflammation is definitely going down. I've been juicing heavily. I found some burdock root somewhere. So I've been juicing that with the usual stuff. So I can definitely feel the inflammation overall. My body is less. The elbow was already injured. Like I hyperextend, like I strained it, but my knee, like, much better. So keep at it. I just keep promoting, like, keep at the healthy eating. It may not show like anything's happening, but if you keep at it, you're gonna realize, oh my God, I bent down. I didn't have to like hold on to the railing. My knee's not hurting me. I don't hear like the joints popping. Like you'll start to notice, like, oh, I'm not struggling as much anymore. So keep at it. Keep with the healthy food. I got a video today on my sister sent me a YouTube short. Plus, I saw a video on the news this week. I don't know what's going on all around the world, but in Toronto as well, carjackings are ridiculous. My friend, well, the carjacking on the news was a Rolls Royce SUV, and the wife was still in the car, and then she was like, "Oh, get out of here with your fake gun." And then the guy's like, "It ain't no fake gun." If you don't know a fake gun from a real gun, I suggest you just get out the car and shut up the mouth and don't worry about real or fake. Because the man took out the bullets and said, "This is fake, eh?" Oh, and then she just jumped. Actually, she didn't jump out the car. He pushed her out the car while it was in motion. And you see on the dash cam on the car behind. She's rolling in the road. I don't know why you're arguing over real gun and fake gun. Just come out the car. Then I got a video my sister sent me today of same thing, carjacking at the gas station, which was a bit weird to me because it wasn't like it was a fancy car. It was like a Honda CRV. But these robbers don't have any brain power. And this is why I'm saying this. The man is pumping gas, and then the guy comes to push him and take the car. If you're gonna, I'm not giving criminals advice, but if you're gonna do something, don't you check and make sure what is what before you go and do that? The wife is in the car and the children are in the car. So the husband's fighting because he knows that his family's in the car. You're gonna drive off with my children and my wife? I don't think so. So he's fighting not because he would have really fought in real life, but because if this guy gets into the driver's seat, my family is screwed. While he's fighting the lady, not the lady, white fighting the guy, the wife, the lady came out the car, took the kids out the car from the passenger side, and came around. And then the husband still fighting, ended up on the ground. She opened the trunk, took out some kind of stick or bat or something, and was bopping the guy. Phone is on speaker because she put the phone on speaker from before and called the police and hitting the guy. I'm like, all of this for a Honda CRV? Like, I don't know what's going on. When you go to the gas station, you need to keep your head on swivel and be very mindful and have your family who's in the car keep your head on swivel, because these people don't pay attention first to make sure, okay, is this a solo driver with no passengers? If that was the case, I think the man would have let the man take this car, like take the car. I'm not going to fight over a car. But because, good morning, Tamika, his family's in the car. So I'm at a point now where I think I just lock. I don't go to the gas station always alone. Sometimes I have somebody with me. I try to go during the daytime. I try to go and park right by the building part where the staff is in there, and lock your door. And because I believe he had his no, his door was closed. But somehow the door got open, but his door wasn't locked. Maybe if we lock our doors when we're pumping our gas, it'll make it a little bit more difficult for these guys. But these people are crazy. Crazy. So be very careful. I'm watching the news and I'm seeing a lot of weird behavior in Chicago. I'm seeing carjackings there. I think even some other states, I see them on the news a lot with carjackings. Just be careful. Oh, Yep. Stabbings are up. It's weird. Something's going on in the air. Everybody knows already about the bridge in Maryland. I literally watched the replay and it looks fake. I know it's not fake, but you know when something looks fake, like Lego, like it's just weird to me that even happened. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. Maybe it was a legitimate accident and something else was sabotage and it was a ripple effect, but it's just mega weird. Mega weird. And I believe they had, from what I heard on the other news broadcast, they sent out a mayday and they were able to stop the bridge from taking on any more drivers. Thank God for that, because that could have just been people driving back and forth and then look, it's one thing to survive, but that water is cold AF. And then you have to swim to find shore or stay in the water and tread water until somebody finds you. I don't think we realize how cold that water is. It's not at 1 o'clock in the morning. Don't wish that on my worst enemy. So that was just weird. I don't know what's going on, but just keep yourself ready. Keep packing up, storing up your stuff. Keep dropping your seeds. We have to just be diligent because we don't know when something's going to go left. And this is what people say, oh, why are you wasting your time doing all that stuff? Nobody predicted that this bridge was going to collapse. That's definitely going to affect the shipping and incoming and exporting of goods. It's one of the major ports. So there's definitely going to be some kind of delays. Building that bridge again is going to take a long time. So yeah, stock up, keep stocking up, because it may not really hit you in terms of a tragedy in your town, but the logistics of getting things in and out because that port is shut down or slowing down is going to affect you over here. Stock up on your rice, your beans, your staples. I got a few things. I had to just go get some buckets today because I don't have anywhere to put them. So they're still in my trunk. Big bag of baking soda. I'm getting some more barley today for the chickens and to sprout and for long-term storage. Just do what you got to do and keep storing up. And it's not even just about that. I remember Bougie was talking about she has things that she's eating in her home, rice and dry goods that she bought maybe a year or two ago. So that has helped delay the inflation that would affect her and her family because she bought them at 2 years ago prices and only now they're running out. So now she's restocking. And somebody else said the similar thing, like you have to beat inflation by buying things at a good price and buying them in bulk and storing them up. It's not just about Armageddon and SHTF. It's also just common sense. If you have an extra 20 bucks, 30 bucks, you can buy 2 or 3 big bags of rice, put them in a 5-gallon bucket, get your air absorbers and your bay leaf and your clove and whatever, put that all in there, layer it, and that can feed your family for several weeks. Don't wait until it could be you could have a job loss or a layoff or less hours because it's slowing down. We don't know. Stock up on these things. It's from what I'm watching people who are talking about what they prepared for 2 years ago and how just is running out now. The money would not have sustained them if they had to buy them at today's prices. They wouldn't have what they have. So just be mindful and just keep prepping, keep preparing. Spring is finally kind of here, but not fully. There's some frost this morning. I've been dropping seeds. Some of them haven't really come to anything, which is irritating because I bought them from Baker Creek. None of my Casper kale has germinated. I've tried 3 times. This is the third time. I put it back under the dome. Not one of them germinated. Everything else is germinating quite nicely. The gnats are still a problem. So I made some new seed containers to plant and I poured hot water on them. So going forward, I don't care what brand I'm using. I'm going to be putting hot water on them to kill anything in them and then plant. I don't care if, I'm killing the bacteria. It's just too much to have. Good morning, Fifi. It's too much to have bugs in the house. It's too much. I've been looking also online on the real estate site just to see what properties are available because I do want to move somewhere where chickens are allowed. Not really a farm, but a bit more agriculturally minded. So I'm looking at some places that in theory seem more agricultural minded. Not no chickens are allowed. The bylaws are there. One town that I wasn't on my top 5, but I know the town well, does allow chickens. They had a pilot project, which I only found out about now, and it's finished in December. And only 2 people applied for the permit to get chickens, and you have to pay $100 a year. Not too bad, I guess. I guess I want to make sure that, and they were willing to give some training on chickens, but they didn't see a lot of uptake in chickens. So I don't know if it was advertised because I didn't know about it because that would have been on my list of towns to look into to find a property. But people aren't either aware or they're not really taking on the challenge. Maybe they think it's too much work. It's not a lot of work. Their personalities are hilarious. I'm telling you, these girls. Biscuit was out there making noise. I thought she laid an egg because she was in the nest box. So I turned back around, told her to shut up, went to the nesting box. Nothing was in there. I guess she was faking the funk. So when I confronted her and I went back around, I talked to them like they're people. I went back around with the egg from Reading because Reading laid an egg. I said, "This is what an egg looks like. This was not in the box when I checked where you were. Where is the egg?" And then she's just like, she makes the most noise. Yeah, just 2 people in a small town. Not a small town, in a town where most of the properties, there's farms around and there's subdivisions also. And the properties are at least half an acre. Some of them are 1 acre, some of them are in a subdivision, but it's that kind of town. There's the feed stores in the area. So it's like way out because I have to go there to go to that feed store. And there's a lot of farmers. My aunt used to live an hour and a half out of that town, further north, and she had about 100 acres. But it's a kind of an agricultural town. Nobody. People are getting out of the city, but the ones that want chickens found out that their town does not allow it too late. There's one town I was looking at that I want to go to. They don't allow chickens, which is shocking because the properties are so spaced out. It doesn't make sense. So check the bylaws because you'll be surprised. What looks to be like, you're allowed chickens, no. You have to be zoned agriculture or farming. There's no exceptions. Even if it's residential, even on a 1 acre and plus, they will not allow it. Now there's one town that has a don't ask, don't tell policy. They're not allowed to have chickens, but people obviously do, and they only inspect if somebody complains. But I don't want to move to a new area and then have people that I don't have a relationship with, and then potentially could cause a problem. I'm trying to find a place where there's one place I found that allows 10 chickens, which is enough for me, but I would sneak some meat birds during the course of the year because I do want to have a couple of meat birds. I saw, if you guys watch, there's a Zoe's channel. He processed some quail and he showed it. I've seen somebody else do it as well, but literally, all you need is a pair of sharp scissors. I was like, I felt it in my stomach, like, ugh, like that sickening feeling. Good morning, Monique. I felt that sickening feeling because it's not something that you can just easily get used to. So I have to talk to Fifi because I don't know about butchering meat, but I guess once you do it, you can get used to it. But man, it was, yeah. I think the part when you took off the feathers, that was the part that kind of got me. It was like, ugh. But I can probably do it if I can take a 5-gallon bucket just to catch the blood and the stuff. Yeah. Good morning, G Mama. But yeah, there's videos out there. People are doing their thing in an urban setting. So just keep up the work. I know we all know she's doing her meat birds. I think she ordered her meat birds. She has, yeah, the ones she has now are meat birds. And her turkey's laying an egg. She didn't butcher that last turkey last Thanksgiving. So that one's still going strong. So she laid an egg. She laid an egg. Which is hilarious to me. But yeah, just keep it up. I'm seeing a lot of chatter in the news articles, wanting to ban backyard chickens in some area, hygiene, vermin, um, different diseases. You have to just practice proper hygiene. And I think if you give people the training, then they can do what they need to do to make it a better situation. If you leave them high and dry, then maybe they're not going to get everything right the first time. But proper food handling, animal handling, wash your hands, you know, after handling them. Don't wear your shoes that you wear out there all over this town of your city and go shopping. You have shoes for your, farm. Practice proper biosecurity. Clean their waters, their feeders, clean the area, turn over the manure, like, do the proper thing and you won't have any issues. If you're having issues and something that you're doing is not being done either often enough or with the proper tools. Diatomaceous earth is my best friend. I haven't had no odor, only when it rains. Good morning, Sam. When it rains. But other than that, you add more carbon and straw to the run and it's fine. Turn it if they're not turning it enough because of the wetness of it. Diatomaceous earth, sand, and just take care of your animals. But right now it's gardening time for most of us. Keep dropping seeds. Keep harvesting your seeds. I'm seeing a lot of people, well, not a lot, but a few growing that GMO tomato. I asked somebody if you can harvest the seeds from it. They said yes. So it's not something that they have to repurchase, but you can't sell the seeds or anything like that. Who's gonna stop you? Alleged, like you can just make it under a code name, like really, but you can't sell it. So I'm not really sure the impact. We're going to keep talking about it, but definitely impact because people might end up with that tomato and not realize it's GMO. Someone could give them the seeds and say, "Oh, this purple tomato." I saw a purple tomato on somebody's seed haul this morning from Baker Creek. Don't think it's the one, but it was a purple tomato. I know they pulled it from the website. She showed one. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was chocolate something. I hope that's not the one that they're talking about. Did I miss something? GMO? Yeah, the purple tomato. It's called the purple tomato. It's a purple cherry tomato that is crossbred with a purple snapdragon and a tomato. And it's GMO and it's available to the public. It's only been out, I would say maybe a month. It hasn't been that long. And it's now available for the public. It's $20 for like 6 seeds or a nominal amount of seeds. And quite a few people are growing it. So we talked, I think, I don't know, you weren't away that you were back from your vacation, but I don't think I saw you that Saturday because I know GT talked about it. I talked about it. Several people have been talking about it. It's called the purple tomato. And that's why Baker Creek removed their tomato because there was an issue that it could have been the GMO tomato. So the one that was on the cover of their recent catalog, if you go online, I think it's been removed. It's not available because now they're tracing it back to the origin, and it could be GMO, but they said it's not. But I don't know. But it's GMO. If it's gifted to me, I'm not interested in purchasing. There, I was surprised when I saw today because I haven't been on Baker Creek site in a while. This lady from England was showing her seed haul from Baker Creek, and she had a purple tomato. Well, it wasn't called purple, it was called the chocolate something cherry tomato. It's high in anthocyanins as well. So I don't see why. Yeah, that one on the cover is supposed to be heirloom. But now that they're digging further, it possibly is the same. Hey David, as the GMO one. So there's a bit of a scandal going on. It said they removed it due to production. Yeah, there's a scandal going on. So when they check the origin, I forgot what country it was bred in. It was advertised to be heirloom. Maybe they were lied to, I don't know. But yeah. But the company that's selling it, it's called the Purple Tomato. Cherry tomato. I'm not interested in growing it. There's so many heirloom varieties. There's so many things with high anthocyanins. That seems to be the new thing. Oh, anthocyanins. There's a lot of other plants that we're not eating that have anthocyanins. So why do we need this tomato now to have anthocyanin? It doesn't make any sense. I don't see the point of jeopardizing my microclimate over here and my ecosystem over here with GMO plants, the pollinators. I don't see the point, but a lot of people in the community, Fifi, are growing it, and it's quite shocking. So I was saying some people who are quote unquote gardeners are not really environmentally minded. They don't care what the issue is. They're going to grow that thing and be the first to grow it and the first to eat it. And that's what they're about. They're not about the ecosystem, the world, the ecology. They're not really that minded, unfortunately. And it is what it is. So there's definitely a separation in the community in terms of people who are more natural and want to do it the old fashioned way with modern techniques and and those who just don't care about that stuff. Introducing that to the everyday gardener. The one thing we could all say was that it was not available to the public. It was a commercial thing. Now that it's available to the public and we're introducing that to all of these different climates mm, we're part of the destruction. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I love a good scandal. Those tomatoes are scandalous. Yeah, they are scandalous. I'm telling you, but it's a problem, and we're gonna find out the problems a few years from now, and by then it might be too late. There are other foods with the same and even more benefits, and we're not eating those foods. That's why I'm like, why are you so in a rush to grow that one because it's high in X, Y, and Z, but you have something right there you could be eating, you're not eating it. It doesn't make no sense. I have a blue heirloom tomato that I haven't grown yet, but eventually I have a pineapple one I'm growing again this year. There's a yellow one. There's a lot of heirloom varieties that give you unique shapes, unique colors, unique flavorings. I have no problem with hybrids, no problem with cross pollinating and what's the word, selective breeding. I have no problem with that. But when you go into a lab and start dibbling and dabbling, I'm not a fan of that. I think we have enough problems as it is, and we need to be dealing with the food deserts and other things of that nature and not worrying about growing these tomatoes. I got um yeah, I told Sama last week I got the package, I got the herb, the seed, so I have to plant them. I haven't planted anything new yet. I'm going to plant some more catnip because I don't like there's an empty patch in my container. I planted some, they didn't germinate. So sometimes the germination is hit or miss. Sometimes it needs that dome on top, sometimes it doesn't. Or maybe the nutrients is being taken. I don't know. I'm going to try it again. I want a few more catnips to attract cats to hunt at nighttime. I put some mouse traps out. We caught a mouse. It's still there. I'm waiting for someone to come over and empty the trap for me because Mina wants to even look on it. You see the thing that's another two traps keep going off, but there's nothing in there. The rat, we put some other traps, a rat trap out, the electrical one that zaps them in the coop. I'm going to get an outdoor version of that to put outdoors. And I haven't seen much action with the rodents, so I think we're catching them without using poison. That is. So I'm going to keep trapping them. I'm going to attract some cats into the garden, especially overnight with the catnip. Maybe they'll come and they'll hunt. And I'm considering, I think it was permaculture, food permaculture, or maybe David talking about maybe it was food forest, building a house for like owls and attracting owls to the area, and they can kill, well, not kill, they can hunt, so many mice per week. It's like the number is very high. So I was thinking about that, attracting an owl or some kind of bird of prey, so I don't have to use poison. Because if I use poison, yeah, I'm killing it. But if other predators higher up the food chain end up eating that rodent, you're poisoning a lot more than you intend. So I'm not a fan of poison, but it does have its place when you're maybe under overrun with them. But yeah, so I'm not putting that. And then I had a trap. There's a trap in the coop that does not use bait. It's like a big stainless steel box, and you put them where they travel, like their pathway. I didn't think I caught anything. So when my dad came over to help me set the traps and do, I'm like, I'm not doing nothing because yeah, gross to me. I opened the trap. I was like, there's nothing in here, and I saw all these bodies just ugh, disintegrated and dry up and mold. It was so gross and it smelled. So he had to clean that out and dump the bodies for me. Cause I'm like, mm. And he cleaned it out and washed it out, and we put the trap back. So the trap actually was working. Go figure. So there's several that were in there, so they were working. So just a matter of keeping the traps, checking on them, and making sure that they're being emptied. I don't do that part. I'll set the trap and put the bait on, but once something is in there, so the body's still there. I should take a picture. But anyways, so that trap works. But if people are honest, they'll tell you, "Oh, I'll be." The chickens didn't bring the vermin here. The vermin were already around. They may be coming around more frequently because there's a food source. So I had to stop leaving food out. I would hang it up higher in the air, but they would climb and find a way to get into the food dish, and you would see droppings in the food dish in the morning. So I don't know what kind of, hey, big rooster, I don't know what kind of climbing things that they do, but you can't leave food out. There's some people, maybe they can, maybe they have a barn cat, so it's different. Do not leave food out. It's not worth it. So it is annoying to get out every morning to, reload the feeder. At night, you got to empty it. I have a good amount of scoops. I know how many scoops I need to give them per day for all six of them. So there's not even much left at all. And they're probably done eating by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night. And after that, they have to scrounge around, which is actually good for them. Let them be a little bit hungry so that when they do see a mouse, they'll attack it. If they don't attack it, that means they have too much food. They're not hungry enough. So I'm lessening their feed, not enough to jeopardize the egg production, but enough to make them hungry and have that killer instinct. So that's, and the food, I haven't used that much food. The red sex links do, well, the ones that we have here, they do use less feed than other breeds. We were talking about breeds a few weeks ago. And when you read up on what your hatchery has, there are some that eat less food, and they'll tell you that they use half the feed. If that's important to you, the amount of feed that they eat, and being a high egg producer, then like the sex links, the red Rhode Island Reds, and another one, I think Isa Brown, some other, there's a few breeds that I see that are high production egg producers and they don't eat a lot of feed. That will save you a lot of money in the long run if you want to have multiple birds. But if you want a variety of, feather patterns and looks, you're not going to get everything, as people said, in the same bird. You're not going to get all your needs met, but you can get that need met, production, and they use less feed. So I didn't like the Rhode Island Reds, not the red sexlings. I don't like red birds. I'm not a fan of their feather pattern, but those are the two friendliest birds in the whole flock, and we are like besties, funny enough. But I'm not a fan of the feather pattern, and but they're medium-sized birds. The Barred Rocks Cookie is chunky, but she lays some big eggs when she's ready. Biscuit hasn't been pulling her weight, and she's just rude. So I'm looking to get the olive eggers. I want some different color eggs. So that's just vanity. I don't need them, but I want to get different color. And the bird that we have here, that's olive eggers, is like an ivory grayish color. So they're very pretty bird to look at. Yeah, you won't get everything in one breed, but you have to pick the top things that are important to you, depending on where you live, that is. The first thing is, if you're in a hot climate, is it heat tolerant? For me, in the cold, are they cold tolerant? You don't want to get a bird that's going to require extra babying and, during the winter months. It doesn't make sense unless you're going to put in that extra. I don't really want to have to do the extra work. So for me, like silkies, no, thank you. Somebody I know has silkies. They're really just pets because they don't lay a lot of eggs. So I don't know. You got to have a job over here and in my backyard. You're not here for just to look cute. So silkies are not on my list. I was gonna get a naked neck at first, but I don't think they're cold tolerant, so that wouldn't be fair to them, and it would cost too much. My hydro bill has been the same all winter, except for December and January. But that could be my tenant putting it on a heater. I'd have to ask. I'm gonna follow up with her putting on a heater. But there has been no increase with using the heated waterer. I put the light on in the coop during the winter in the day to give them the extra light. So I did get some eggs in the wintertime. My grow lights plugged in. Good morning, Coach Mary. And other things that I have going on, the bill wasn't any different. So that increase could possibly be the tenant plugging in an inefficient heater, because I had the light on in the garage for my fig trees. There was no difference in the hydro usage. So it's not any more expensive if you use the right equipment. I'm ready to actually did you unplug your heated water, Fifi? Maybe you did. I'm gonna unplug mine because I think we're gonna have -1 tonight. But other than that, I think it's time to put out the bucket, the 5-gallon water bucket, and start back with that. Because the heated water is just, I don't like having it plugged in. I'm always afraid of something happening, but it hasn't happened, so I guess it's fine. Yes, blessings to you, Coach Mary. Happy Easter, happy Passover, whatever you guys celebrate. Yeah, I think I'm gonna plug it out. I kind of been delaying. I did not take off the plastic yet. I rolled it away half, but left half. It's still attached, just because it gets a little colder. It's still up and down, but I'm gonna remove it probably next weekend. Remove all the plastic around the edges. Let it ventilate out. I want to shovel out all the droppings and put them in the new raised bed and the other raised bed. I'm gonna shovel out the soil from the raised bed put the things at the bottom and put the soil back on top. I know you're not supposed to dig up your beds, but I want that stuff on the bottom and then the soil back on top. Yeah, it's mild enough now. So I wasn't sure. I was kind of like, but I'm gonna unplug the heater and I'm gonna fill up the 5 gallon, give them some electrolytes because somebody has diarrhea. And you got to watch your animals. Fifi did a video. If you're not willing to go out in the cold in the early mornings and do all that stuff, then maybe animals are not for you because you have to put in the work. You have to be committed to them because they need you to take care of them. They can't do that for themselves. If you make provisions and give a big enough waterer where you water, I had to fill in the waterer once a week. I have the electrical waterer is, I think it's, if it's not 5 gallons, it's 4 gallons. I would fill it up to the brim. I would even use rainwater. You put in apple cider vinegar, you put in whatever just to make sure you give them nutrients and anti-parasitic properties, and you fill it up once a week. In the warmer months, when I get the 5 gallon bucket and I fill it up, probably maybe once every 5 days. Because when it's hot, they drink a lot. But you have to pay attention. Same thing as with anything. You can't just leave them to their own devices. That's not right. Now, gardening. Let me drop the link again. It's long weekend, so a lot of us are prepping and doing more plant. I'm doing more dropping of seeds. I would have dropped some more seeds, but the stupid pods haven't come in from Amazon, so I can't help with my parents' garden. We planted some seeds already, but we want to do a heavy, like, do all the seedlings this weekend. But the pods were supposed to come in last week, and I'm still waiting for the pods, 100 pods. So I have some more of them at my house. I can give them to start them off, but I need them also for my seedlings. So it's a bit, we can't move forward. Also, good morning, almost hosting with Janet. I have to, my tomato, someone can tell me. I'm doing 3 Tiny Tim tomatoes indoors for the first time for the WIG. One of them, and it could be the pot size because it's those 4-inch seed starting containers. It's the leaves are dropping off, like literally all the bottom ones are just dropping off. Is it the up potting is the issue? Because I figured it would fill up the container that it's in and it wouldn't grow any bigger and that the roots would just know, but maybe that's making it die off. I put some feed in there, some fish fertilizer this morning. I put it in the sunlight, not the artificial light, because it was getting artificial light for months. But all the limbs are dropping off. Anyone have problems with their indoor tomatoes in soil, not in hydroponics? Let me know, because the other 2 are fine. And the biggest of the 3 of them has not flowered yet. It's flowering now. It's way behind. The one that was under the light the whole time flowered first. It has tomatoes on there. They're green, but the limbs are falling off. I go back and they're on the ground. So I'm not sure what's going on. That is a problem. The plants that I had in the cardboard, I had some seed starts in cardboard. I had to just put them into the plastic cups. The cardboard compostable crap, it's either too wet or it's too dry. And then the cup gets moldy. I had to throw them out. They weren't working with me. It was more a problem. Hold on, give me a second here. I missed a comment. Okay, the plastic stays on for now because I need, for the meat birds. Okay. Yeah, you got the meat bird. You got to keep them warm. Let me see what I missed. Okay, so everyone's just chit-chatting. Your tomatoes aren't big yet. Mine are, let me see if I can show you guys in a second. It's looking a little, I don't know, looking like something. There's no disease on it, but it's just not looking happy. So I'm gonna up pot it at the very least today. Maybe I'm overwatering it, so I'm gonna soak some soil, the same one I used for the herb garden, with hot boiling water. Let that cool off, and probably this evening or tomorrow morning, I'm gonna up pot it in a bigger pot and then let it just settle down. So maybe I'm overwatering it, but I don't think I was because I was letting them dry out. And when I saw the leaves kind of going limp, I would give it some water. Good morning. Can't stop. But something ain't looking too right. And I'm only getting like one tomato. Tomatoes are heavy feeders. Try adding unsulfured blackstrap molasses or a pinch of baking soda to the soil. I don't have molasses, but I have lots of baking soda. I bought a 25 kilogram bag. So I want to get some water. Give me a second. Help. I'll catch up with the chat. I think that the potting mixes are deficient in nutrients now because I'm seeing the same problem with my indoor peppers. I use a bag of Pro Mix potting soil. See, I'm trying to get away from because the gnats, but at this point, maybe I won't put hot water on it and I'll just put sand on top and water with the mosquito bits tea. I'm not sure, but I got to figure out something because I do want to get some tomatoes. That's the whole point. Um, Gardening Canada weather. It's been snowing heavily. Oh, Calgary. I haven't been to Calgary, but Calgary's cold. But I want to go there. I think they have that stampede there. The Okay, so she's talking to Janet. People are chit chatting. I want to get some outside too, but we have storms predicted today. I'm not gonna plant anything else. You see, I just might because I know there's a couple of plants. Let me get the tomato and let me get the paper. 1 second. Bear with me. I'll show you guys. Where's my paper? Okay, so this tomato has one full size cherry tomato because it's Tiny Tim, and there's three. You guys can't even see because the background. Let me see if I can get it at the right angle. See, the leaves look a little limpy. They're not. And there's one tomato here. Yeah, that's the tomato where you're pointing at. And there are a couple of small ones up top. Yeah, there's a couple of small ones up top. But it's in the 4-inch size. So I don't know what's going on. All the leaves at the bottom, all those leaves are all fallen off. All where my hand going down, all of that fell off. They were all had limbs. But there's some more flowers on the other limb up top. You can see that there's some more flowers there. So it's flowering, but maybe it's definitely not calcium because there's no blossom end rot. I'm looking at it. So let me put it back. I want to hold it, but and I'll catch up with the chat. 1 second. Let me put it back. And it's getting enough light, so maybe I don't know, not calcium unless it's something else. I gotta figure that out. Okay. Now, in terms of outside, I'm in zone 5B, 6A, Toronto, cold. But a few years ago, I planted a lot of things direct sow outside. And my last frost date is about May 19th-ish, give or take. But let me see. Sorry, catch up with the chat. Welcome to Calgary anytime. There are always fun places to visit in any weather. Okay. I have not been to Calgary, but I know we had people at work who moved there when they were looking for a lot of employees and a lot of workers, but she ended up coming back. But she was there for a couple of years. Yeah, so you're saying the nutrients in the potting soil. And the soil that I was using wasn't it was soil that was here from 2022 that I know did not have any gnats, but I've been giving it some liquid feed. Now I could give it a heavier liquid feed. I didn't give it a lot. I watered it down a lot, so maybe it needs more. So I can up it for the tomatoes. Okay. Epsom salt on the leaves can help add missing nutrient. Also, do a foliar spray. Okay, I can. I've never done a foliar spray, to be honest. I never had to, but I might have to. So for planting outdoors in my zone, the last frost is let's say May 19th, give or take. But you can plant things direct sow that is outdoors 6 weeks to 8 weeks before the last frost. So right now, technically, or maybe next week, I can plant my lettuce outside directly sowing. So I am not sowing seeds, lettuce seeds indoors. It's a waste of my time. I It's easier just to go directly in the pot and it'll wake up when it's supposed to wake up, and you'll have lettuce galore, and it's not so much, you won't have any legginess. When you do it outside in the sunshine, there's no legginess. I do my spinach directly outside. I've tried to start spinach indoors and it always has a problem germinating. I think it likes to be germinating in the cold, or I don't know what it is, but spinach outside. Kale can be direct sown outside up to 8 weeks before the last frost state. Arugula is 8 to 12 weeks. Onions, beets, turnips, which means radishes. Yep, radishes as well. Carrots. So you can plant stuff even before they say six, and it'll wake up when it's time. And it's easier because the soil will stay moist. It's not hot. It's not dry. Well, not over here, anyways. And you're going to get a lot of rain, and you can cover it with a plastic or something to keep that greenhouse effect, and that's fine. Kohlrabi is also part of the kale. Cabbages, you can transplant cabbages 4 weeks before the last frost date. So all my cabbages are going to be transplanted out, and I'm going to start some more cabbages. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm not doing too many things indoors. You'll find that your plants do well, but after a while, they're kind of struggling. You got to put a fan on them to keep them sturdy. You got to do this. You got to water them. You can't overwater them. You can't, like, it's just too many mechanical parts moving. And I'm like, let nature do as much of the work as possible. It's not something I want to keep doing. It's too much work, especially when you're running out of room and you want to start the next phase of plants. Like, I got to start my tomatoes indoors soon. I need a shelf. I'm running out of space. So I'm going to be direct sowing a few things and transplanting some things out and starting the next phase. Hot peppers are doing okay, but they're slow growing, which is why you got to start them early. Let me just keep up with the chat 1 second here. Oh, sorry, I missed Monique. New Brunswick. Okay, thank you. I haven't been there either, but I know a lot of people from New Brunswick. They're gonna go back to retire there when they finish working. Okay, so she's gonna send Janet some seeds. Okay, yes, a foliar spray. Okay, and you said Epsom salt. Let me write this down before I forget. 1 second. Just even holding a pen hurts my elbow. My God. Hold on. Foliar spray. Tomatoes with Epsom salt. Okay. So yeah, this is, let me just keep up with the chat. But spinach, I find, and lettuce, and maybe even purslane and those kind of greens, direct sow them outside. If you're concerned about it being too cold, you can put those empty pop bottles or those clear totes over top if you want to add like a greenhouse, but just do them directly outside. They'll do a lot better. They'll be a lot thicker, fuller. It won't be half as much problems as doing them inside. Give me a second here. Yeah, I've never had success with spinach indoors, and I've tried New Zealand spinach, the great giant spinach, the other, I think there's 4 spinaches. None of them. When I put them outside got fed up and put them outside, they were growing until the squirrels came and dug them up on my veranda. But they did much better. I have some radishes down. Yep, they'll be fine. I'm actually going to do my radishes and beets very soon. Good morning, Shar. I'm waiting to get some of the chicken stuff out the chicken coop to mix in those beds, and then mix some organic matter, and then I'm going to plant, because radishes, beets, turnips are heavy feeders. And the first time I've tried them, they didn't bulb. So I know I have to put a lot more nutrients in the soil before I plant those seeds, and then I'll add a liquid feed every so often to keep them going, but they need that to bulb. I saw Hand in Dirt make a video about growing carrots in pots, so I'm thinking about, that's what I do. I grow mine in pots. I don't have I might grow a few around the brassicas in those empty spaces in the beds, but I put them in, mine are in grow bags actually. 3 of the big grow bags. My beets are in pots. My radishes and turnips were in a big drum, which is like a raised garden bed. And yeah, I put mine in containers. You can control the moisture a bit better. But you can, yeah, you can plant carrots. I think I don't know what zone you're in, but if you're not as cold as 6A, 6 or 5B, you can plant your carrots. I'm planting mine. And they did much better. Didn't have to babysit them, didn't have to water them. I just had to cover them so they could germinate and keep them covered from the stupid groundhog and squirrels digging up my bed. Um, Spinach has a hard time over 70 Fahrenheit, so I think, yeah, they liked. I'm gonna put my spinach out now, and you watch. I'll take a picture, put it on the gram. You'll see that it's snow is coming. What? No, 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 sorry, just no, 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 no. I have the weather app on my phone. I didn't see no. Let me look on there again. I didn't see no snow next Wednesday. It says rain today. Oh, yeah. It says a little. It says rain slash. I think it's gonna be more wet. Yeah. So, but it says here next one is gonna be 4 degrees high, a low of 1 overnight. So they're not going to the negative. So I think I'm gonna drop my seeds. I'm gonna drop them. If I cover them with plastic, it'll keep them warm enough. I told my husband about the astragalus, and he is so excited. He's been reading about it. Monique saying, I'm waiting for the results of the septic and water test, and then I'm buying a homestead out there probably next week. Oh, in New Brunswick. Okay. I didn't have that on my list, but I know I was looking in Ontario, but that might New Brunswick isn't too far because you drive towards Montreal. I think it's all connected. So yeah, I'm looking for something small, but not too, you know, still has a city not too far, medical care, hospitals, doctors, so that my dad has appointments and stuff. But something that's, yeah, start growing some food and be out of the city. Short crops have enough time to grow and produce if direct. So yeah, I'm telling you, some of us are like, you don't have to start everything indoors. Indoors is for us who want to start early so we can transplant them. But you have to know how early to transplant, because if you wait until the actual scheduled date, it's I'm telling you, after a time it gets too hard to juggle all the plants. They're not getting enough space. They're stuck in this little container. They're flump, like it's just too much. No matter how much you do, they're getting leggy. I I transplant mine out early and they were fine. Not tomatoes, obviously. Like you gotta it's good, but all your cold weather crops, all your brassicas, as I mentioned, your kales, cabbages, turnips, beets, carrots, radishes, bok choy, even. And if you cover them with plastic or make a hoop house or a cold frame, they're fine. Less babying, I'm telling you. Nature, the sun will do all the work for you. All you gotta do is make sure they're not drying out, they're not getting too hot, maybe in the plastic, and they're not because it's quite chilly here in the night. They'll be fine. Hey, Skilly. And if I missed somebody I didn't see, 6B. Yeah, you can start. You can probably start because this paper was for zone 6A, 6B. I'm 5B kind of ish. This was taken from a video I saw with M.I. Gardner. It's an older video. So I put it on a document and I just changed the date, the frost date, and I can keep track of how early. So basically April, I can be direct sowing some stuff outside, all my lettuces and spinach. I have kale indoors, so that will not be transplanted just yet, but I'm going to direct sow. And Swiss, oh, I didn't mention Swiss chard. Swiss chard as well can do 5 weeks before, but on the paper, I know it can go further. It can go out even earlier. Now let me just see. Um Ashwagandha. Did I get I think Sam sent me ashwagandha. CP20 for a lot of mercy. Okay, it won't stay. Thanks. Did you see the carjacking, Shar? There's a carjacking at a gas station, a Honda CRV. This man was fighting off the robber because his wife and kids were in the car. I'll send you the short actually. I'll send it to you just now. Just remember that it's hold on. I just remember it's a that plant that starts with A and has a lot of letter. um, it's dropping down to 30s and 40s here again. It's that's not in the city, but close enough you can still easily get. Yeah, that's why I'm doing that, Janet, because my dad, you have elders. You can't be in the middle of nowhere when you have old, even for yourself, just to, make sure you have quick access to, a hospital, a doctor, a walk-in clinic, even a veterinarian, a vet, um, all that kind of stuff. You just don't know. Let me see what I missed here. I'm watching my fruit trees budding while wishing the freezing weather away. I want all my fruits this year. My figs, I was supposed to do cuttings. I haven't done it yet. So this is the weekend to get some stuff done because basically Sunday night I'm at the property getting the keys back from those people. I'm gonna do a video of how it looks empty, and I'll upload that maybe in the week after. And then Monday we're starting the cleaning, which I'll also record some of the cleaning and show you how bad the fridge I know is bad. It's bad. That hasn't been cleaned in years. So that's gonna have to be sprayed with some chemicals to soak off that stuff. Um, Let me see. New Brunswick is a great option then. The price is still good and you can get good land. I am getting a house and 5 acres in the middle of potato farms that grow for McCain. Oh, I know we looked at New Brunswick a while ago. Not Newfoundland, but New Brunswick because I think it's attached, right? To Montreal to Quebec's province. You can drive over the bridge. So yeah, we looked at New Brunswick, but we stopped because it was like we have nobody over there. But if there's a house and some land and you can spend your summers there and start to retire over there, berries my blueberries gotta be replanted. Some of them are I don't know what happened to that container. It's looking a hot mess. When I was a kid, I lived in the middle of nowhere. The local doctor had very limited hours, and the nearest crappy hospital was 45 minutes away. But if it was anything serious, they couldn't help. That's exactly the concern. But at the same time, people are healthier who live further out. Like they're eating different food, you're eating more local. So hopefully there's a better quality of life and better quality of health. But yeah, just in case something goes wrong, as long as they have a way to even airlift you out. Good morning, Black Guns. Airlift you out, that would be better. I'm gonna get some water. Give me a second. I'm gonna drop the link as well too again. And then I'm gonna go for a little longer. I'm gonna get some water because I am dehydrated. Give me one, maybe Okay, thank you. Got my good morning, Miss Shirley. Good morning, Miss D. Sorry, I was just getting some water and my electrolyte since I was up, so I can get my vitamins. I'm taking my B vitamins again, so that's really helping with I don't know what's helping with, but it's helping. Something just feels better. Taking my B vitamins and my vitamin C. Mm. Okay, let me catch up what I missed. 1 second. I scroll back up. Okay, so I think I left off Psalms. Yes, record all the cleaning, sis. That's lots of people who like. Oh, you guys like cleaning videos? But most videos available are people cleaning a house that's not noticeably dirty. I know, because they don't want to show. Well, it's not my house, but I'll show you the dirt. I'll show you. I'll video what I can. I have a tripod for the camera, so I'll use that. I won't use the phone, and I'll just put it in an angle where you can catch what I'm doing until I learn how to do the better angles. That is, I don't know. First time doing a cleaning video, but I want you guys to see what we have to deal with. Um. Okay, so yeah, the place is not damaged from what I can see. That there's wall damage, but it's not much to patch it up. Thank God we have some skills plus the contractor, but it's gonna be a lot of elbow grease cleaning, and I'm not gonna spend time doing that. I'm gonna just spray, put on a mask, put on whatever goggles, and just spray some chemicals. Open the windows and spray some heavy stuff that I don't like to use, because time is more important than at this point being natural. So yeah, I'm gonna be spraying some stuff and just getting it to do the work for me. Um okay, so I think I caught up. There's nothing else being said. You guys saying hey to each other. But yeah, the weather, I'm not looking forward to the weather this summer. It's this winter was mild, thank God, but it comes with a price. And I think what people don't realize is the bugs are supposed to be like dormant or die off in the winter months. I've been seeing flies the last few weeks because it got warm too early, then cold again, then warm again. So I'm anticipating for me in my zone a lot of bug pressure. I don't know about you all in hotter zones, let me know, but I'm anticipating a lot more bug pressure. So I'm going to have to make sure I'm doing a lot more intercropping. I have tried to start some onions, no germination. I don't know what's going on with onions. My leeks are doing fine. I'm gonna do some more leeks and some more onions. I'm gonna probably have to buy some bulbs and buy some shallot bulbs like I usually do because the seeds are taking too long. And just plant a lot of onions all around and really intercrop with that. I did not start any of my flowers. I don't know if you all have started your flowers yet indoors. I did do some marigolds, two germinated out of like several. So I'm gonna have to get some I'm gonna go to the dollar store and get some of those covers for the smaller seed starting trays. What I think is happening is that when one germinates, I take it out from under the cover, but then the other ones need that heat. So I need something else to kind of give me that flexibility of taking it in and out of the cover because all the other seeds of the marigolds have not germinated. And I'm going to start my nasturtiums and my calendula. I want a lot of calendula. I went to the our store, Canadian Tire, which is like a I don't know what it's like. I guess it's not like Tractor Supply. It's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like a hardware store slash camping and that kind of outdoorsy kind of store, but it has other stuff as well. Kind of like a catch-all, but it's not like a big box like a Walmart, nothing like that. They have a lot of canning jars. So I bought a case of the 1 quart jars. So all my bush from last year, like my lemongrass, my bee balm, I have a lot of orange peels that I dry when I buy organic oranges or grapefruits, I peel the skin and I dry it, and I'll use that for zest, or I'll use that for tea or making sorrel or certain things. So I'm gonna put all those in the glass jars and then use a vacuum sealer and seal them. So that's I'm gonna do that this weekend as well, because my lemongrass I use for tea. I have to check on the plant in the garage because I did overwinter it. So maybe in mid-April I'll check on the lemongrass. Hopefully it survived. If it survived, then I don't have to restart the plant from scratch. I'll just let it come back and keep cutting it down, drying it, and using that for my tea and different even seasoning blends. Speaking of cleaning, I'm gonna be in the bushes listening. Okay, no problem. And so that's what I'm gonna do as well when I come off the live, is vacuum seal those things. And some things in the big jars, transfer them to smaller jars because it's being used, and just kind of consolidate my herbs. This year it's about definitely getting my stuff dried and preserved quickly, not piling it all up at the end of the season and you're struggling to keep up, and then you just waste a lot of stuff. As you have enough, you put it in the dehydrator, you dry it, and you store it. Also, I want to make sure that I have more calendula and those kind of things so I can make salves and ointments and oils. Yes, lemongrass is good for flies and mosquitoes. I also, the bee balm is in the garage. I'm not sure if I took it out the cold early enough. I'm not sure if the roots are going to survive. Hopefully, if it does. If not, I do have seeds. I do have milky weed from the library. They gave us that to help with butterflies. I haven't started it yet, and I believe it takes long to germinate, so I might skip it this year altogether and just do zinnia. Oh, my zinnias. I haven't done zinnias either. So, yeah. Has anyone else canning jars suddenly jumped by price? I didn't notice a price jump, but I've been buying them. No, I didn't notice that. Is it your area? Is it some kind of supply chain issue? Because last fall they were like giving them away. Not give, but there was so much volume of jars everywhere. I haven't made sales yet, Janet. I'm working on it. I'm gonna be purchasing some equipment um throughout the summer months and having that machine G Mama mentioned. Forgot what it's called, but it can make infusions with the herbs into oils and that kind of thing. There's a machine that people use to do it. Let me see if I find the machine. Hold on, it's on my Amazon wish list. And you can do it in a crock pot and that kind of thing too. But I don't want to take on those, I'll get the machine and just let the machine do it. Sometimes time is more important than doing everything by hand yourself. So let me find, it's called something. The one that she told me is like a certain name brand. It's expensive, but there's other brands I saw on Amazon that they say work just as well. Maybe, maybe not, but I'll find out. Hold on, I'm scrolling down my list. It is here it is. Yeah, it's a decarboxylator. That's what it does. I guess it heats or dries the herbs and then it uses them to make. And it's what she mentioned was Levo. Is that the one you had, G Mama? Levo? Yeah, it's right there, but I'm looking on my Amazon. Yeah, Levo. Good morning, Wayne. And I see on my Amazon for $600. But there's other brands I see that they talk about in the cannabis community. So I save some of those ones, and there's some for like $100, $200. Yeah, and it can make oils, so you can make your own butter and salves, and maybe you can take the oil and mix it with shea butter and that kind of stuff and make your own ointment. So that is definitely going to happen this year. Last year, well, not even last year, I've been saving up for big projects. And then I had an investment that is currently in the court system. So I decided after that experience, if I need something, I'm going to focus on those things first, because these people will gone off with your money and then you don't get the money back. But let me see what the chat's saying. That's why I'm wondering too, because the stock was very low when I went. Something that sounds weird. That sounds a bit weird. So I wouldn't pay for, well, maybe I would pay if I needed it, but most of us bought a lot of jars. Like I have jars, about 3 or 4 cases of the 500, the half pint ones that are still in the box brand new. I bought them just because they were so readily available, and I bought the wide mouth ones now. I don't buy the normal ones. I buy the wide mouth because you can pack more in there and they can stack a lot easier. I find you can fit two on in a fridge shelf better than the round ones. They're a little bit too tall. And oh, you're running errands? Okay. Wayne, that is. Let me see what else. But yeah, the wide mouth ones I find are better to use. And they were almost the same price, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so Janet's saying I use a slow cooker with water in it. Put the jar in. Okay, so you do like a double boiler without the double boiler. I might try that as well because I have 2 crock pots that I use, so I might try that. But if you look up the Levo, Janet, you'll see that, and then you'll see other brands that do the same thing that will be cheaper. I'm not gonna buy the Levo unless they're gonna have some kind of special. They have a special or a coupon or something, then maybe. But right now, I don't see nothing going on Amazon. I've been watching it on my wish list, and it hasn't budged. Okay, take care, Fifi. See you later. I'm winding it down at 11 because I want to get my stuff done as well. Yeah, look it up, Janet. So I'm gonna get that because I haven't done it before, so I don't want to mess up anything. I don't want to be like getting frustrated. So if the machine can do it for me, and then I keep, put calendula in there, I can put, rosemary. I definitely want rosemary oil, peppermint oils, cannabis oils. I didn't even start my cannabis seeds. I have enough dried from last year. I might take a year off this year to grow it and just use what I have and focus on the flowers and the bee bombs. The even what else can I use for medicine? Thyme. I have lemon thyme and lemon balm and regular thyme that can be used for oils as well and tinctures. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, next. I love the industrial size legal because I'm going to be selling myself this year. I'm in the business. If the business goes well, I'll need some automation for now. Yeah, I think. Oh yes, you're right. Some oregano oil. How could I forget? I buy that all the time. So if I can make my own oregano oil, which I can do it now, but I don't want to take all this time. Use code. Oh, you have a coupon code? But wait, let me write this down. Love 20. See, I'm gonna spell it wrong. Love 20 for 20% off. Yeah, I'm gonna get the machine. I don't have a business, but I'm gonna need it for just myself and for family and friends making enough product. If people want to buy some, then fine, just to pay for the ingredients and so forth, and time and effort. But yeah, definitely. I use oregano oil. I use black seed oil. I don't have any black cumin, but I'm sure I could. I don't know if G Mama has a code, but she knows somebody's code. So I'm gonna. Did you? And that's for what? Their website, G Mama, or for Amazon. Let me send Shar that video too before I forget. Where's the video? Oh, that carjacking. Some craziness going on in these streets. Okay. Yeah, G Mama she's a wealth of knowledge. Yes, I'm definitely getting a Levo 2, a must for me also. Get 25% VIP, get 25% off new purchases. Off. New purchases has 20% off their website. Oh, their website. Okay. Let me go open a window, a tab. And I have to reorder my stuff. My shopping cart got deleted off of my Gardener, so I gotta pick up some things from them. I think I want some watermelon radishes, so I'm gonna go order that. Now that I saw some people mentioning it again, I'm like, I like that. Okay, so I'm pretty much that's it for me. I might go live. I have some time coming up periodically in April. 'Cause I'm using up all my last day, so I might do a pop up here and there. So keep your eyes open. But I will be dropping the videos. I'm gonna go work on the WIG videos, footages to show you what happened so far. And pretty much my tomatoes are gonna keep going, and the other plants there, the rest, I ripped them out and threw them out. The roots were like moldy and getting all deady and disgusting in the hydroponics. So the power went off again yesterday, so it restarted. So now it shows day one when it's really day like. That's the thing I don't like about these units. If you take it out to clean it out, because you should clean it every 30 days, it restarts the clock. So you have to keep track on the calendar yourself. If the power goes out, which it went out, I was sitting there watching TV and click, it went out. It restarted just for no reason. I don't know why, because the outlet that was there, nothing else turned off but those units, which is weird. So, not sure what happened, but I'm gonna have to make sure that every 30 days you clean out your unit because something attacked the some bacteria got in there and the roots have mold spores. The bok choy I'm gonna harvest and feed to the chickens. I'm not even gonna eat it because it just turned me right off. And it's so much yellowing going on, it's ridiculous. Okay, back in the bushes. I got distracted by sound. Okay, so Wayne is saying he's gonna be growing so much more food when I bring my 5 DIY solar powered aquaponics mobile farms online. I watch your clips mostly on YouTube, but I'm watching you now on the gram as well. Not the gram, is it? No, TikTok. I know I have you on TikTok, so I see your little updates. It looks good. They have a new gummy product. That's why I'm getting emails. Ooh, gummy. That's what I want to make too is gummies because I know you can take the salt, take the oil or the whatever the tincture and mix it with the agar, and then you put them in the molds and make your own gummies. I want to make like gummies like you know turmeric gummies, ginger, maybe with a little bit of cannabis, not much, or certain herbs to use for like digestion. The turmeric gummies that we buy have so much sugar, it's not even funny. I can make like a carrot turmeric juice and then mix that with the on the stove and make gummies. That would be ideal. But okay, I gotta check that out. So I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it as always. Make sure you hit the thumbs up before you leave. Check out the videos that I'm gonna be posting in the next few days, showing the WIG. I'm growing more hydroponic this season too. I'm planning on harvesting my greens. Yeah, that's the plan. But I'm gonna also do some in soil indoors, but I'm gonna treat the soil first. I do find the hydroponics is just a bit it's not difficult, but sometimes if you're not focused, it can run away with you and you'll mess up your plants. My arugula is seeding right now in the grow the hydroponics. It's gone to seed. And it never got very big. It didn't get as big as in the soil. So, whatever. Bean Juice heard gummies and now he's looking around for some. Buy bean juice. But yeah, take care. We'll see you. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Keep your head on swivel because these carjackings and these attacks in like Toronto is ridiculous. And people breaking into homes to take your keys because they like your car in the driveway. scoping your place. My friend's car got tampered with at the grocery store. They tried to attack the handle with the code and the lock, whatever, in their new vehicle. And it happened again in the same week. So just be very careful, be mindful when you are going to pump your gas and going to your stores. Look around you when you're going into your car. Get in and close the door and lock it. Don't be lingering and fooling around. Oh, hey, Nikki, don't do that stuff. It's time. It's perilous times. People don't. Oh, before I forget, one older lady. I don't know where it happened, but you guys, it was in the States, and she got dragged to her death. They tried to rob her of her car. She couldn't get her seatbelt off. She was tangled in the seatbelt, and the man drove and dragged her. They don't care how old you are. They don't respect your elders. None of that stuff. So please be careful and keep something in your hand, allegedly, just in case. Because they don't respect women. They don't respect women. They don't respect your age. They don't respect that you have kids or your family with you. They don't respect none of that. So if they don't respect you, I don't feel you have to respect them. Do what you got to do. Don't fight for no car. Don't fight for none of that. Let them have it. But if they're not letting you get out the car and, you do what you got to do and defend yourself. That's all I got to say. Have a great day. Take care. I'll see you in the week. Hey, Stacy. Pop. Yeah, allegedly. Do what you got to do. Make sure you have something in your vehicle. I have something in my vehicle right next to me. And I don't care what they say. By the time you call people on your phone to come and help you, you could be on the floor already. Yep. We approve this message. Make sure you have something in your car. If you don't have kids, you have sports, perfect. Have a bat. Cricket bats are very good. Cricket bats, baseball bat. Have what you got to have, guys, because these people don't have no respect. And instead of letting her get out the car and go to the curb, then drag her at least a good distance. I think pieces of her body popped off and were in the road. I'm not being graphic. That's what they said. So please be very careful. It's happening over here in our neighborhoods. I see it every day. Get a golf club. Yep. Whatever you got to do, you have it in your vehicle. And once they go gangster on you, you just put it right back and leave while you're leaving. Don't sit there and fight, but conk and run. Kick, run. Don't sit there and fight them, but try to give them one good thump. Okay? Allegedly. You didn't hear it from me. All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye.